Good morning, good morning. It's time for another episode of Millijoule. Gotta get that early morning Coca-Cola. It's time to wake up and get started with our day. Eddie Jones is here. Good morning, Eddie. Good to see you as always. Thanks for always being here for Millijoule. Appreciate it. Good to see you. We started a little bit later today to see if maybe we caught a few more people once they've kind of woken up and settled for their day a little bit. I wish I could do Millijoule at like noon to like get the California people, you know what I mean? Because it's 6 in the morning for them right now. They're just waking up. Even maybe 10, I don't know, we'll see. But I know that it's like on the West Coast. It's not like the best time for the West Coasters. But yeah, quiet morning. We got a lot. I think we're going to do another Patreon live stream today to make up for all of the time we spent doing Jimmy's signs yesterday. Because we spent an entire day. It was almost an 8-hour day of just getting those signs done. We've got a couple tumblers to do. I haven't heard back on those brass plaques yet, so we can't get started on those. That's what it's all about, babe. You get your coffee, that's your millijoule of energy. You know, that's where the name came from. Because I'm waking up and having my first Coke of the day. We've got a crystal decanter that we need to work on at some point, maybe. I think I'm still waiting on artwork for that too. We can actually check. I have Jimmy signs as a line item on here. We can go ahead and check that off. David dropped off his 2 new cutting boards, but I haven't gotten art from him. We have to do Phil's plates. So Phil has really big machine plates. I'll go get them. Good morning, Dean. So this will be a really interesting job. So as you can see, pretty much everything on this page here, all of that stuff needs to be engraved, like the lines and the boxes, like all of it. And the plates are big. They're big plates, so we're gonna have to do a section, slide, do a section, slide, do a section, slide. What's up, We Do Widgets? Good morning. Nicholas is here. What's up, Nick? So this will be a really interesting project that we can do on the Patreon live stream today. That's going to be a big one. It's going to take a while. Also, he sends all of his artwork as like weird bitmaps. So we're gonna have to fight with the bitmaps a little bit. It's not fun, but I like the guy, so I've been doing the work for him. I might fire him soon though. We'll see. I might fire him as a client. We'll see. I've been doing that a little bit lately. We have a giant box of game calls we have to do on the CO2 rotary. They only take a couple minutes a piece, so it shouldn't take too long. The guy I sent the nuts to, these nuts, he responded and he was unhappy with the anneal because it wasn't dark enough for him. So we'll experiment and see if we can get a darker anneal. I don't think we're going to be able to, but we can mess around with it and see if we can. And if we can, we will move forward on that job for him. And then, of course, we have to do Mark's sample plates in the CO2 and the fish paper tests, neither of which we've completed. Good morning, Daniel. Good to see you. So, as usual, we're not drowning in work like we have been for the last few days, but there's plenty to do today, for sure. So I hope that you guys will join me for the Patreon live stream today, because it's going to be a really good time. We are going to let's see. Let's take a look. So there's a couple cool things in here this morning. You guys have probably already seen this because you are most of you are active Discord members, but it's still kind of cool to look at. Check this out. Did you guys see these? Shock absorber parts on the fiber laser. Really cool. I think they're aluminum. And he's got like this 3D printed jig. Have you guys already checked this out? Because this is pretty cool. He's got a whole stack of them here. Very nice. I don't know about this aluminum on aluminum action down here. But for the most part, super duper cool. And we got the no dog found error today. A lot of people have been having this issue lately. I feel like this hasn't come up too much until recently, but people's like USB cables aren't connecting well to their machines. You always got to check to make sure that your emergency off switch isn't hit. You always have to check and make sure your laser and your galvo is turned on. There's 3 buttons. There's the e-stop, the galvo, and the laser. Actually, the laser source itself all have separate power switches, and all 3 need to be on. I might just start recommending to people that they just start swapping their USB cable. Like, don't use the USB cable in the box, because that seems to be an issue for people lately. And I don't know why, but you know, mine worked fairly well out of the box. I had a little problem getting the drivers to behave, but for the most part, you know, it wasn't really an issue for me. So maybe you guys saw or didn't see, Patrick uploaded these awesome pictures of these glass boxes here. Look at that, really, really clean on those. I think he's getting a finer fracture pattern than I am on the glass. It looks sandblasted almost, which is really impressive. So that came out really well. And then the last one that I saw was these amazing diode laser photo results. What? Look at that, right? That's really cool. I'm pretty sure that's tile. Super duper impressive. I can't wait for my laser master to come so I can start messing around with some of that stuff, because it just looks fun. You know, it might not be like the most useful laser in the world, but it looks fun to play with. So I'd like to check that out too. Ooh, look at this. Those are cute. Kitchen measurement chart. There's the hors. What's going on over here? Yikes. Well, so that's, I mean, that basically catches us up on the Discord. There's a couple other things going on, but nothing really too important. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. What are you guys working on today? What's going on? Talk to me. What do you have on the docket? Dean says, hey Alex, I've heard you say more than once that you leave your laser on 24/7. Do you leave the galvos running as well? I mean, they're not on right now. I turn them on when I'm using them. I don't leave them on all night, like when I'm not at the shop. That doesn't sound good for it. Where did I say that? Daniel, I will post that in the Patreon chat for you, because I'm not ready to spill that yet. I don't want them to go out of stock before I have a chance to get all the parts that I want from them. Because when we announce that here on the channel, people are going to go ballistic about it. So I went ahead and threw that in Patreon chat for you. I've got so one of the cool new episodes that I'm planning. I don't know if you guys have seen this, if you've ever wandered onto my website or not, but let me pull it up. I really want to do like a video about this stuff pretty soon, if I can find it. So I have a really great setting for chalkboards, CO2 lasering chalkboards. You can probably also get a decent result on the fiber with this stuff, though I haven't tried it. But cutting and engraving chalkboard is going to be coming up really soon. I think these look really nice. I actually took these pictures myself. That's me, and that's my little brother. I hung this in my mom's house to take this picture. And they're just normal chalkboards. They look really nice. So I think we're going to do an episode on this soon. The red laser is always on when the machine is on. And it's not because I want it to be. It's because when I was setting up my machine, I didn't know. This is a long time ago. When I was setting up my machine, I didn't know that you had to select a certain port in the port list on the F3 param in order to get the red laser to work with EasyCAD on and off. And I was mad because my red laser wasn't coming on, my targeting laser. So I literally cut the wire to the red laser from the EasyCAD board and connected it directly to my power supply. So my red laser is always on when the machine is on. But that's not because I wanted it to be. It's because I thought my machine was broken and I didn't understand how porting worked in the EasyCAD control software. Hi, could you suggest a machine for engraving urns made of brass metal? Yeah, you'll probably want a 50 watt with a big lens because brass is pretty reflective, so you want a lot of power so that you can overcome that reflection. And also, I'm assuming your urns are going to be curved, and there isn't really a great rotary tool for things that large and heavy. So what I would do is I would be jigging the urn up under the machine and then getting as much of a spread around it as possible. You'll get a better spread over that curve with more energy. So the more power you have to put out, the further you're going to be able to push the beam around the curve. So probably like a 50 watt laser with like a big lens, maybe like a 175 or a 220 millimeter lens. Something in that range there would do well for you. Of course, I'll always recommend the Mactrons, and you can find a link to the Mactrons down in the description. Go ahead and make us big again. Yeah, I will definitely include the fiber laser with the chalkboard episode. You're not going to be able to cut them out, right? So that'll be the one thing. So you would have to, if you don't have a CO2 laser, you'll have to find some other method of actually cutting the chalkboard out. Eddie says, fought with stainless tumblers last night to find out my customer liked the anneal look better than a really dark mark. Yeah, I do like the anneal. 2 hours of testing to find he liked the anneal already. Yeah, that's true, but like also now you have both. You know what I mean? Like you've gotten practice and you have both logged. You know how they're both going to work on tumblers. It's probably a really good learning experience for you, Eddie, because I know you're pretty new. So having that experience under your belt, certainly not a waste of time. This one you recommend. Let me pull it up. Let's go take a look. We can go look right now. So if we go to engraving machines, laser engraving, and we can scroll down here. So, you know, like the 50 watts are going to be great. So either, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. So here's the Raycus one, and here's the JPT one right here. So, you know, if you get like a Raycus, you can do either EasyCAD 2 or EasyCAD 3 right there. That's going to work really well. Or you can go for the JPT if you think you want the higher frequency range. It's a little more expensive. So here is the Raycus link. There you go. And And here, let's just 110, EasyCAD 2, EasyCAD 3. So you can see EasyCAD 3 does add a fair bit to the price, but it is quite a bit more stable. So the 50 watt with like the 200 millimeter lens would be pretty good for urns there, if urns are what you're looking to do. That's how I would have this set up. And here is the link for the 50 watt JPT. So the first one's for the 50 watt Raycus, the second one's for the 50 watt JPT. Those should get you settled on that. What else, guys? You got anything else going on today? You got plans? Just regular old-fashioned work, or maybe a day job, working with your laser engraving. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're watching this. Smash the like button, and don't forget to come back and leave a comment after this episode of Millijoule has ended, because it helps engagement and it helps the show reach more people, so that we can reach out and help more people learn how to use their lasers, which is of course really important to us here. So yeah, you're welcome. I hope it helps. Hope it points you in the right direction there. Dean cleared his schedule for the live streaming session. That's good. You gotta take time to learn. You know what I mean? You gotta take time for your education. It's hard for me too. You know, even with the YouTube channel and the shop running full time, I still make time to learn. You know, I have a couple courses on like YouTube and like how to do it effectively and stuff like that. And I take time, stop what I'm working on, and just learn stuff too. You know, about how to have a more effective YouTube channel. So I take a lot of time to do that. And I set time aside in my schedule where I'm not working on other things, and I can just learn how to get better. Rick's playing at the doctor's today. Playing? You're playing at the doctor's? Is that a euphemism? Because it's not usually what I'm doing when I'm at the doctor's. Oof, that's not fun, Rick. I do hope all is well, as well. You've got Dean and I support you, man. We're here for you. We're going to jump into our Patreon live stream at probably 10 o'clock. So unless it gets super busy in the next 10 minutes here, we'll go ahead and end Millijoule for the day. It's a productive little session. Pointed somebody in the right direction with their laser. We covered YouTube stuff. We covered what we're going to be working on today in the shop. Yeah, best of luck to you, Rick. I know that we're going to be now waiting anxiously to hear back from you. So, got to make sure you're okay and healthy there, bud. Hopefully we can make it through our Patreon live stream today without an OBS crash. That was really unfortunate yesterday. This. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me from Millijoule this morning. And I will see you right around 10 o'clock for the Patreon live stream. So if you're interested in catching that, that's going to be starting in about 35 minutes. 35 minutes. We're going to be doing that big glass decanter. Hopefully we'll be working on the nuts. We're definitely going to be working on these large machine plates and a few other things. We got to get to Mark's sample plates. We still haven't done that. And the fish paper, potentially. If we have time, we'll be tackling the fish paper as well. And that's all going to be started right here on YouTube. You can find the link either on patreon.com/lasereverything or in your YouTube membership if you're a YouTube member, or on the Discord Patreon channel. And if you're not already a patron, you can find out more about how to become one at patreon.com, again, /lasereverything. It supports the show, supports the channel, supports the podcast, supports the Discord and everything we do here. And you get a ton of extra bonus value content that the normal viewers don't get to see. So don't miss it, because we're going to be covering a lot of really, really great information, especially today. That machine plate job where we have to slide it down into different sections, that's going to be really valuable. So you don't want to miss that. But that's it, guys. That's all I've got. So happy, what is it? I don't even know what day it is. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. And I will see you guys in a little less or a little more than a half hour. All right? Everybody go have a coffee. Let's power up and get some work done today. All right? Have a good one, guys. I'll see you really, really soon. Thanks for watching.